Can you just give me, an overview of the Beaumont business and then why you decided fundamentally to buy that business rather than maybe another one?
It was a very deliberate process that we went through, and it was a process. So it wasn't as if we bumped into Frederick and Robert in the pub and they said, "Are you interested?" We wanted to add that capability into the platform, and we thought about doing that organically, and we thought about doing it inorganically through buying a business. And we decided that we should buy a business because we wanted to make a step change. So we wanted to have existing track record, credibility, and team. And then we set about looking for the right fit. And we spoke with a lot of groups. And when we started talking with the guys at Beaumont, we felt it was very clear from the beginning that what we were looking to do was very much what they were looking for as well, in reverse, if that makes sense. So we were looking to add value add, track record, focused expertise. They were looking to be part of a bigger platform that could provide them with support to grow faster. So the thesis was very much, if you put the two together, then the whole is more than the component parts. It took us a while to get the deal done. A lot of good deals do, but we're very pleased to close that last year. And now we're setting about trying to realize the benefits for both sides. So their London office has moved into our office, which is a big step in terms of enhancing ways of working. Lots of conversations ongoing about how we provide them with more support. Obviously, we've got a big platform with a lot of infrastructure. They can borrow that, they can benefit from that. But at the same time, it's about leaving them to do what they do best, which is value add real estate investing.
Yeah, it's often big businesses, oil tankers buy little nimble speedboats and then almost kind of kill and crush the essence of what they bought and the reasons for doing that. How do you manage? You might not like me referring to M&G as an oil tanker, but how do you kind of in terms of that analogy, how do you kind of manage that kind of integration and integrate them as a culture as well into the business?
Yeah, I think that's a super important point, because in truth, if you don't get that right, you're destroying value. So I think we were very clear within the real estate business, within the broader organization, that if we're going to do this, we have to find a way to support a business like Beaumont, but not to overly interfere with their investment process. So again, the concept is that we help them where it's helpful with that broader infrastructure, which for a lot of smaller real estate shops is very hard for them to afford, given the compliance, the regulatory burden, the expectations around ESG resource that you have on the platform, for example.
Tapping into a distribution network.
Yeah, distribution as well. That's a big part of the synergy, is to plug that track record and capability they have into our distribution channels to help raise more capital for the business. And that's a process that we'll be starting soon. So when we bought into the business, they just closed their second fund. So they're in the process of deploying that capital. But then we'll go on to fund 3. And that's when we should really start to see the benefits of the wider M&G infrastructure and the distribution capability being brought to the table.